Northern youth leaders oppose call for resignation of APC national chairman. Taraba government raises alarm over outbreak of bird flu. Tanzania's main opposition rejects Hassan's election win after deadly protest. Hello, welcome to the news update on Trust TV. My name is Hawa Gambo. Thank you for joining us. Military intelligence has reportedly traced 11 billion naira to the bank accounts of a detained army colonel linked to the alleged coup plot involving senior military officers. Top security sources told Sunday Punch that the discovery further connects the officer who once served in the Niger Delta region to the ongoing investigation. The Defense Intelligence Agency is said to have been tracking communications, financial transactions and foreign contacts of the suspect since August 2024, following intelligence reports of a planned government overthrow. Sources also revealed that President Bola Tinubu's frequent stay in Lagos and limited presence in Abuja were partly due to heightened security concerns during the probe. Last Friday, the president dismissed all service chiefs and announced new appointments, a move believed to have been influenced by the ongoing investigations. Reports indicate that the removal of former Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa was linked to a public statement confirming the arrest of 16 officers, which security officials say should not have been disclosed. U.S. President Donald Trump has issued a strong warning to Nigeria, threatening military action if the alleged killings of Christians in the country do not stop. In a post on his X Truth Social platform on Saturday, Trump said he had directed the U.S. Department of War to prepare for possible action should the attacks continue. He also vowed to suspend all American aid to Nigeria if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration fails to curb what he described as the persecution and killing of Christians. Trump said, if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killings of Christians, the U.S. will stop all aid and may very well go into that disgraced country, guns a-blazing. The Nigerian government has not yet responded to the threat. Trump's remarks comes a day after he designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, alleging genocide against Christians, a claim President Tinubu dismissed as baseless and misrepresented Nigeria's religious reality. The Northern Nigeria Youth Leaders Forum has rejected calls for the resignation of the All People's Congress National Chairman Nemtawe Yoluwatada. At a press conference in Abuja, the forum's national president Murtala Gamji said those demanding Yoluwatada's resignation do not represent the genuine interest of APC members. This follows an ultimatum by another group, the APC Youth Solidarity Network, which accused the party chairman of poor leadership and gave him 2 weeks to step down. But Gamji dismissed the group as a gathering of PDP loyalists, saying Yoluwatada has only recently assumed office and has already attracted high-profile politicians to the APC. He warned that any attempt to destabilize the party's leadership will not be tolerated. The forum also dismissed calls for President Bola Tinubu to probe National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, describing such demands as politically motivated. And in Benue State, dozens of members from the People's Democratic Party, the African Democratic Congress, and the Labour Party have defected to the All Progressive Congress in Vandekia local government area. Receiving the defectors on Saturday, APC State Chairman Benjamin Omale described declared that the mass defection had effectively wiped out the opposition in the area. Among the defectors were former PDP governorship aspirant Dominic Akaha and former Information Commissioner Cletus Okwaya, who led other members of the ADC and Labour Party to the APC. Omale attributed the defections to the widespread acceptance of the earlier administration and the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He described the event as historic, saying it reflected the people's satisfaction with the delivery of democratic dividends at both state and federal levels. The APC chairman added that more defections are expected from other parts of the state in the incoming weeks. In Kebbi State, a faction of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, has warned suspended members against parading themselves as party executives. Factional chairman Abdulrazak Abubakar issued the caution during a press conference in Birnin Kebbi, saying it had come to their attention that Safiyanu Bala and others previously suspended are still claiming to be party leaders. Abubakar also disclosed that Alhaji Sule Iko was suspended for allegedly parading himself as chairman under Bala's authority. He maintained that neither Bala nor Iko remains members of the ADC, citing a court order restraining Bala from acting as a party leader. Abubakar added that his faction remains committed to upholding the rule of law and ensuring only legitimate officers run the party's affairs in Kebbi. The Kebbi State Police Command has arrested 2 suspected kidnappers and rescued a 14-year-old boy unhurt during a joint security operation in Kaoji, Bagudu local government area. Police spokesperson CSP Nafiu Abubakar said the suspects, Aliyu Alhaji Shehu, also known as Altine, and Abubakar Umar alias Bube were captured after a gun battle with security operatives in Sada Forest. The operation followed the October 18th abduction of Aliyu Buda, the son of Alhaji Buda Sambu, who was kidnapped from his home in Bagudu. Police confirmed that the boy was rescued safely and reunited with his family after medical checks. A locally made revolver and live ammunition were recovered from one of the suspects' homes. Preliminary investigations linked the suspects and their fleeing accomplices to several other kidnappings in the area, including the abduction of a 70-year-old man on the 28th of October. For over a decade, residents of Bunkui village in Rano local government area of Kano State have been cut off from the main town due to absence of motorable access roads. They say the situation has claimed lives, crippled their local economy and left them appealing for government intervention year after year. Trust TV's Abdulaziz Ibrahim visited the community and now brings in this report.
Bunkuyi and neighboring villages are known for producing large quantities of grains and vegetables. To get there, it's a journey of about 10 kilometers from Rano town, but one that feels much longer. Despite its agricultural potential, the lack of a good access road has kept the community isolated.
When the
rains come, we are completely cut off. Only bicycles and motorcycles can pass. Farmers say produce buyers often refuse to enter the village, forcing them to sell their harvest at giveaway prices to middlemen. We sell at very low prices because buyers complain about our bad roads. We travel to Rano for healthcare since vehicles can't reach us and our produce often goes to waste. For residents, the consequences go far beyond economic hardship. Community elders say the poor condition of the road has turned medical emergencies into tragedies as patients often die before reaching the nearest health facility. We cleared this road ourselves over 40 years ago, I've seen women die on the way to the hospital.
Kaga ba mu da makaranta a garin nan.
We have no school or health center and no road despite our farming contributions. With no government intervention for more than 10 years, residents have resorted to self-help, gathering sand and stones to build small makeshift bridges just to make the road passable. But their efforts remain temporary and unsustainable, as the representative of the village head explains.
We build
this small bridge with local materials, but during the rainy season, people still lose their lives here. We are begging the government to help us. According to local leaders, the poor road network now poses a serious threat to both lives and livelihoods. For the people of Bunkuyi, the road is not just about convenience, it's about survival. They are appealing to the government at all levels to prioritize the construction of the road, saying it would save lives, boost local trade, and end years of isolation. Abdulaziz Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Kano.
Despite several years of democratic governance, many local communities in Katsina State still grapple with the absence of basic social amenities. Daga village, located in the eastern part of Jibia local government area, is one of such communities facing some of the worst infrastructural challenges in the state. Trust TV's Abdullahi Ahmadi visited Daga community and now brings in this report.
This is the only feeder road connecting Daga village to Katsina city, a distance of about 18 kilometers. The dusty and even road has been neglected for years, forcing motorists to maneuver through rough terrain. Here, safety is a luxury. The goal for many passengers is simply to find space to cling to a moving vehicle and get to their destinations. Although ox carts serve as alternative transportation, they are mainly used for moving farm produce, a process that consumes much of the villagers' productive hours before they reach their destinations. I think you have passed through our travel road. In fact, all our facilities are in bad shape. We no longer trust our political leaders. Imagine our health facility becoming rotten less than 2 years after construction. This road has been in this bad condition for many years. Governor Rada was here during his campaign and promised to construct a third road for us. But up till now, nothing has been done. I appeal passionately to our political leaders to think again. There is no excuse for neglecting this village. We are peaceful and have no security issues. So why abandon us in this pathetic situation? Located near the Niger Republic border, life in Daga community is nothing short of survival of the fittest. At the entrance of the village stands a health facility built 2 years ago as a constituency project by the member representing Keita Jibia Federal Constituency, Sadesoli. According to residents, the facility was destroyed by a heavy windstorm even before its commissioning date. The entire roofing and ceiling were blown off, and the water tank now hangs loosely on iron bars with no functional borehole inside. The facility has since been abandoned and now overtaken by reptiles and dangerous insects. Only one health worker who commutes from Jibia town, about 58 kilometers away, visits occasionally. Daga community, with an estimated population of over 500,000 people, is left with a dilapidated, understaffed, unequipped, and largely non-functional health center. When Trust TV visited around 10:30 a.m. on Friday, the facility was under lock and key. The health officer in charge only arrived at about 11:30 a.m. This hospital was blown apart a few months after completion. Since then, nothing has been done to repair it. I believe it was a substandard project. All the equipment meant for it were taken away. The hospital never lived to see its commissioning day. At the moment, the health facility operates only about 3 to 5 hours, 3 to 4 days a week, and remains completely closed at night. So if you have a patient or a pregnant woman, you are left to decide what to do. Many residents said they rarely visit the facility due to its poor condition, adding that those who fall ill are often left with no option but to seek medical attention in neighboring villages in Keita local government or cross the border in Niger Republic. This situation highlights the need for equitable distribution of government projects rather than concentrating development efforts in major urban centers. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
This is the news update on Trust TV, coming up after the break. Potiskum iron benders seek modern tools to boost trailer building. More news when we return. To stay with us. You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Now let's take a look at some of our top stories. 11 billion naira found in detained colonel's bank account. Northern youth leaders oppose call for the resignation of APC national chairman. And now moving to other stories. The Taraba state government has confirmed an outbreak of avian influenza, also known as bird flu, in parts of Wukari local government area. Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Professor Nicholas Namsen, announced the development at a press conference in Jalingo on Saturday. He said the outbreak was detected after reports of mass deaths of birds in the Jibu community, with laboratory tests confirming the virus on the 29th of October. Authorities have since activated rapid response teams and imposed a ban on the movement of birds and poultry products in and out of Jibu, Kakari, and Yamini areas. Live bird markets in Dorua, Bantaje, and Yamini have also been temporarily shut down to prevent further spread. Residents have been advised to avoid consuming poultry products for now, as the virus poses a potential risk to humans. The government is urging poultry farmers to strengthen biosecurity and report any sudden bird deaths to the nearest veterinary clinic. Potiskum in Yobe State is known as the headquarters of trailer construction in northern Nigeria. The town's iron benders and fabricators play a crucial role in building and repairing heavy-duty vehicles used across the country. But as demand for trailers grows, local artisans say lack of modern training and tools is holding back the industry. Trust TV's Hassan Lawal Kohli reports on how these challenges are affecting the productivity and youth employment.
In the heart of Potiskum's trailer building cluster, the sound of metal cutting and welding defines the rhythm of work. But behind the noise and sparks lies a struggle for progress. Dan Asabe, a master iron bender training dozens of apprentices, says limited access to modern tools is slowing their work.
Gaskiya rashin kayan aiki mai kyau
We are still using locally made cotton engines because we can't afford the authentic ones. A single modern cotton machine costs more than 10 million naira. The one we are using needs more manpower and time. The result is lower production, increased fatigue, and lost customers. This iron bender says many clients don't understand the limitations they face. Some customers think we are lazy because jobs delay, but they don't know we are using old methods. If we had better machines, we will finish faster. Despite the challenges, the trade remains a source of hope for many young people seeking skills and survival. I am learning iron bending to take care of myself. One day, I want to open my own workshop and train others so they can also be independent. For the hundreds of artisans and apprentices in Fortescue, modern equipment and technical training could transform their craft, boosting production, improving safety, and reducing youth unemployment. They are now calling on government and private investors to step in and help modernize the sector. If government can support us with modern machines and training, this industry can employ hundreds of youths and even boost the economy. From manual cutting to trailer assembly, Potoskum's iron benders are shaping Nigeria's transport backbone. But they say with better tools, their impact could be even greater. Hassan Lonkoli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
And now in the business world. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has reduced the pump price of petrol by 10 naira per litre following improved fuel supply from the Dangote refinery. The state oil firm adjusted its retail price from 955 naira to 945 naira per litre at outlets in Gwarimpa and Guse Zone 4, Abuja. Other stations, including Etena, have also matched the new price. The adjustment comes after supply glitches at the Dangote refinery triggered a nationwide price hike over 2 weeks ago. Officials say the situation has now stabilized as fuel supply improves across the country. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu recently approved a 15% import tax on petrol and diesel, a policy analyst warns could push price up in the coming weeks. Away from Nigeria, Tanzania's main opposition party, Chadema, has rejected President Samia Suluhu Hassan's landscape victory, calling the election results completely fabricated. The party, which was barred from participating after refusing to sign an electoral code of conduct, said no genuine election took place in the country. Chadema's statement on Saturday came amid deadly protests that erupted nationwide after the vote, with demonstrators tearing down campaign banners and setting government buildings on fire. Witnesses say police fired tear gas and gunshots to disperse crowds. The opposition claims hundreds were killed, though the UN Human Rights Office reports at least 10 confirmed deaths in the cities. The government has dismissed the figures as exaggerated and denied human rights violations. Speaking after being declared winner, President Hassan condemned the unrest, saying security forces will ensure national stability. Authorities have since imposed a nationwide curfew and restricted internet access, disrupting international flights and port operations in Dar es Salaam. And in sports, Defense Pikers Volleyball Club of Abuja have emerged champions of the Division 1 National Volleyball League, with Ajase Ipo Volleyball of Kwara and Lifecamp Volleyball Club of Abuja finishing second and third, respectively. In the Women's Division 1, VIP Volleyball Club of Abuja took the top spot, ahead of the Federal Fire Service and Excelsior Volleyball Club of Abia State. For the Division 2 men's category, Light Volleyball Club of Abuja claimed victory, followed by Bayelsa Volleyball Club and Rhino Volleyball Club of Plateau State. The competition featured 34 teams from 20 states, including host Abia State, Bauchi, Sokoto, Kwara, and the FCT. Declaring the event closed, Governor Alex Oti said the state sponsored the league to discover new talent and positively engage Nigerian youths. The Nigerian Volleyball Federation president, represented by Vice President Adamu Tanimu, commended the organization and quality of the championship. And with that, we come to the end of the news update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel for a constant live stream of programs and documentaries. My name is Hawa Gambo, saying thank you for joining us and see you next time.